All right, hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. Yikes, it got a little bit past 5 p.m. now, didn't it? We are going to call it 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that their East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter today, and I don't like my light. Hold on one sec. There, that's a little bit better. All right, so, all right, so now that you saw the reaction I had when I saw my face, I hope that your reaction wasn't the same thing. It looks like we've got plenty of folk in the house. So I'm going to start the hellos with Shock as per the usual, because she likes to let us know when things happen. And not only when things happen, but when things happen when you are around your time. We've got Terry in Scotland. We've got Rick. We've got, let's see here. We've got Rick saying Lono. And that's right. Lono is our music du jour. The music of every day, actually, is our Lono music. I even remembered to upload a Lono listening break this time, because sometimes that is forgetsome. Forgetsome. And we've got the background music, I think, playing. Also something that is forgetsome sometimes. But today I remembered. Yes, I did. Alrighty then, let's see here. We've got Terry in Scotland. We have got Elaine. We've got Beanie We've got Darlene. We've got Terry in the house, but I think I already said that, but I said it again, so there you have it. We've got Elaine. I know I already said that. We've got Beanie I already said that, but that's okay. Let's see here. We've got more of Elaine, more Darlene. We got, let's see here. All right, looks like that's who is in the house so far. Oh, nope, that's not true. E-Music is here. E-Music is here. Mama Sean is here. And let's see here. Who else? And yeah, you were just watching the start of my last stream where I found a cootie in my hair. Yeah, I still don't know what that was or where that came from. I'm going to say my cats put it in my hair while I was sleeping. Let's just leave it at that. And Kenny from the Cove. Howdy. Good to see you. Darlene in the house. And Kenny, actually, I've got a question for you. But before I ask that question, I'm going to say hello to everybody. Well, everybody that I can see, at least. By the way, aloha lurkers, if you are there. And already, I think I got everybody saying aloha to everybody. So, Kenny, stick around. I've got a quick question for you. But before that, we're going to get the party started. Boop. All right, there we have it. Okay, so, Kenny down in Texas, I have a feeling this might not be you. But I also suspect maybe it could be you. So I'm going to just ask. Michael Anthony Smith posted on his Facebook a few days ago that someone sent him some soup mix. Now, he said soup mix. He didn't say chili mix. He said soup mix. And he has no idea who it is that sent it. But he's super excited, and he's cleaning out his Dutch oven to go make whatever the soup is that the soup was mixing, the whatever. So, Kenny, if that was you, Michael Anthony Smith was super stoked. Now, Kenny, if that if that wasn't you, well, then you can just ignore this entire conversation. Now, I know that you're not sending out soup mixes. You send out chili mixes, and there is a difference. Not going to argue that. But I figured in some cases, some people might interchange those words, and so in case Michael Anthony Smith meant chili instead of soup, I didn't post on his post on Facebook to say, oh, I think it was Kenny, or to guess who it might be. But either way, okay, it wasn't you. I had a feeling it might not be you because he said soup. But I just wanted to make sure in case it was you. Right, but sometimes people do refer to chili as a form of soup. Exactly. So in case it was you, I wanted to get the message out to you that he is very appreciative. It wasn't you, so no worries, nothing bad on your part. You just didn't do it. But if whoever did that happens to be within my ear's reach, and I probably think you're probably not, but that's okay. Michael Anthony Smith was super stoked to have it. So there you go. And yeah, super grateful. Alrighty, so that's all I have on that topic. we're going to revisit a couple topics from last night, and we're going to talk about a couple new things today. First off, the revisiting of the last night's topic, twofold. First off, I'll just warn you, eventually in the later today, we're going to be talking about Rob Reiner films, and for Statterbox at the Cinema, I have some plans to feature some Rob Reiner films. Not every week. I'm thinking like every other week or something like that, and we can watch them. Now, I already have several Rob Reiner films in the collection, plus 2 more. Terry, I have not downloaded those yet. I got home super late last night and wasn't on the computer until a minute or so before we got online. We streamed, which is why I was so late. But I will be getting those, and thank you so much. So now, where did my Rob Reiner list go? I've got so many lists, y'all. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we have it. Oh, that's not the Rob Reiner list. Here we go. Okay, so we already have in-house The Princess Bride, which we watched last night, so we're not going to watch that one again. And then we've got Spinal Tap. We're going to be watching that in a couple weeks. But we've also got Stand By Me and Beverly Hillbillies, thanks to Terry and the guy that he knows. Plus, we've got Bucket List. Now, those are the ones we've got. But Rob Reiner has a list of movies that he was involved in that is about a mile long. So if any of you have any Rob Reiner movies that you guys want to watch, I will write them down. C. Honda gave me this pen. C. Honda gave me this pad. This is the official Chatterbox notation system. And actually, it kind of really is. For real. Anyway, because I'm high tech like that. So if you have any, later on we're going to be talking about Rob Reiner films. I'm telling you now, so you can search in your head and search in your cinematography knowledges. You can decide which ones that you might want to watch. And then if we get a really long list, we might shorten it down by voting. But if we just get a couple suggestions, then we'll probably run through them all. I anticipate doing this for several months, maybe every other week or something like that. So we won't be watching just Rob Reiner films, but we will be watching some. A Few Good Men isn't suitably fluffy, right? Well, A Few Good Men is probably going to be one of the last ones that I have that I would be willing to. Okay, first off, Terry, suitably fluffy. I mean, come on. I have showed Dog Day Afternoon on here. I have shown some non-fluffy movies, all right? So we can definitely do we can consider them. If, like I said, if the list is too long, we might have to cut some based on voting. I am obviously the one who gets the final word, but what was it? All the Presidents? No, A Few Good Men. There we go. I don't like military movies. I don't like the military. And that's for personal reasons, not political reasons. It's just where I grew up, how I grew up. It's a culture I don't. Then that is neither here nor there. I understand and respect that we need to have a military. I get that. But military movies are generally like the least favorite of my genre. However, if we get a bunch of people who want to watch it, then who cares whether or not I want to watch it or not? We can watch it. Also, half the time that I'm watching a movie with y'all that I know I will not like, I end up liking it. So it's not like, yeah. So it's on the list. It's the first one, A Few Good Men. And let's see here. Okay, so Elaine movies. And So It Goes, Alex and Emma, and North. Now, Elaine, are these movies that you would like to see? I'm not looking for just Rob Reiner movies, because I can get that list. Are these Rob Reiner movies that you want to see? And so let's see here. And So It Goes, and So It Goes. I guess we're talking about this now. I just wanted to plant the seed so we can talk about this later. So actually, while you guys are thinking and stuff, Bo, yes, in fact, I was going to tell you this yesterday when you were on my stream. This cup of coffee was made thanks to your hot water dispenser. Your hot water dispenser is used every single day, but since I have been making my own coffee, it is absolutely, undeniably the star of my morning routine. It makes it so I don't have to boil a kettle of water. It's just, it is the most beautiful thing. But I will tell you this. Rick and Darlene said that they, and I forgot to bring it, but they went to a Airbnb or a whatever that had the pour over, because I've been making pour overs. They're all fancy. And they had the pour over method as the only method of making coffee at that Airbnb. And that is the dumbest thing I've heard in a really long time. And I totally understand, Rick and Darlene, why you're just like, F this noise. We're going to the thrift store and buying ourselves a little coffee maker. Because it has taken me 2 bags of coffee. 2 bags of coffee. So over the span of basically like 2 weeks to finally like perfect my system of how to make a good cup of coffee. So many trial and errors happened. Like the whole time that you were at Airbnb, you would just still be learning to make your coffee with the pour over method. That is just the dumbest. Pour over method for coffee makes a delicious cup, but it's not for someone who's never done it before. Oh my God. I mean, now I can walk into the B&B and be like, oh, I got this, bitches. I know how to make myself a cup of coffee. But 2 months ago, I would have been like, well, I think I know what I'm doing. And then I would have screwed it all the flying flurp up. So that's my little soapbox for the day. And, Rick, to be fair, the guy is a minimalist surfer dude living in the good life on the North Shore. I can't blame him. Right, exactly. Yeah, he knows how to use it. Like, but let me tell you, man, if you don't know how to use the silly pour over method, it really can turn into a nightmare of frustration. Because here's the jab. You're doing this all before you've had your first cup of coffee in the morning. It might be easier to comprehend, you might have more patience, and you might be more in the mood doing this after you had your first cup of coffee. But considering it's the method to make your first cup of coffee in the morning, that doesn't work. So there we go. So a little ranty rant about deliciousness of coffee and how difficult it can be to make in the most simple of ways. All right, Elaine, you would like to see these, and so let me scroll back up. By the way, actually, I'm glad you would like to watch Spinal Tap again, because that is not what we're going to be watching next week, but it's going to be what we're watching the week after that. Next week, we're going to be watching Inside Out 2, but the week after that, it's going to be This Is Spinal Tap, and then after that, I think we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants. So, it sounds like, but we've got plenty movies in-house to fly. All right, so let's see here. I'm scooching back up to get, let's see here. Make sure. Okay, hold on. Okay, and so it goes. Oh, I got that one. And then Alex and Emma. North. The Magic of Belle Isle. Yeah, you know, actually, I don't know how to spell. I saw The Magic of Belle Isle, and thought that one looked kind of interesting, and I was going to look that one up. And so the Sure Thing, I've heard of that. So many of these movies I've heard of. Let's see here. And Kenny from the Cove, I do. Oh, my list, you don't even know. Okay, Flipped. I don't know about Flipped, but okay. Is Flipped about? You know what? We'll find out. The American President. Cool. And then let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Okay, we've got North was already mentioned, so that was mentioned twice. So I'll make note of that. All right, cool. All right, we will touch back probably on this topic later. Now, I want to respond to some of the things that were coming along here with like Mama Sean saying she's tired of snow, understandably so. Rick, thanks for the chili. Rick saying to Kenny from the Cove, thanks for the chili mix. To do it right, we need to go out and get some chili cut meat. Yes, Rick, I would really be interested in that as well. I got the chili ground, so it's a coarser ground beef, but I've never had chili with actual proper chili cut meat, and I would really be stoked to try that with this recipe as well, because the box of chili that Kenny has sent out to some folks is a Terlingua chili mix or whatever, but you can get chili mixes at any store. Some of them I'm sure better than others, probably not better than the one that Kenny's got his hands on though. And in the recipes there's various ways you can make it, but the one that Terry sent out sort of seems like it specifically was made with chili cut beef in mind, with the amount of time they have to simmer it to soften the meat, whereas like with hamburger you don't really have to worry about that. So, yeah, I'm very excited to hear what that might be like. And let's see here. Okay, cool. So, weirdest, coolest Christmas gift I got this year from my sister-in-law, Melanie, homemade bourbon butter. People, bourbon butter and grape jelly on piping hot toast is so, oh no. I don't doubt that, but Kenny, didn't you have I feel like somebody talked about bourbon butter before. Didn't she have that last year and you were like, oh my god, this is so good? Because I feel like we have talked about bourbon butter. Or did we talk about bourbon butter on the stream and then you told her about it? Because I feel like that might have been a conversation as well. Either way, bourbon butter, super stoked. I think we did talk about bourbon butter on this stream. So I'm glad to know that it is good. Oh, yes. And Elaine, talking about the coffee again. Pour into filter is a milder brew. I like espresso with steam pressure, more bolder. As do I, Elaine. However, the espresso shop that I go to is closed and has been closed for the past month. Not for reasons of holiday celebration, but because someone stole a van from their work that they shouldn't have. Or rather, borrowed a van from their work that they shouldn't have to go get a cup of coffee at the drive-through espresso stand. But their van was so big, it caught on the building. And then once it got caught on the building, they, instead of stopping and reversing, they just kept going forward. And so now the building's been torn off its foundation, and the wiring's all torn up, and the plumbing drains out into the parking lot. Needless to say, they're not open for business until all that gets fixed. So, I've been saving money a little bit, but not much, dude. It cost me $4 for my coffee at the drive-thru. It cost me $2 per cup here. I was really expecting to be saving a lot more money. It's really not. I was surprised at how expensive coffee is. And then Mama Sean, yes, reading mystery series that revolves around a coffee shop, and you're learning so much about coffee too. That is awesome. I would like to know that, because the first book is On What Grounds, by Cleo Coyle. Nice. And let's see here. By the way, I have 2 more boxes of chili spices coming. Awesome, dude. I think I will be making at least one of those boxes with the proper chili cut meat. I'll have to go get it. And previously discussed rum butter, rum raisin biscuits. Okay, but we could still do it with the bourbon. Got it. Okay, I get it. And and French press pot gives me a bolder brew, but you use more grinds. Precisely, Elaine, but you know what? The reason why I don't like using my French press, let me rephrase that. I love my French press. My French press makes some really good coffee. Some of the best coffee I've had has come out of my French press. But the French press is a pain in the arse for several reasons. First off, I have to boil a kettle of water, which takes time. And then, of course, you use a lot of grounds. But then once you're done with your French press, you have to clean it really well after each use, because those coffee oils build up and they really affect the flavor of the next pot. And so then you dump your grounds in the compost, not a big deal. But then you have to really clean out scrub the wire filter in order to get rid of all that coffee residue. Whereas the pour over, you literally just take the damp coffee filter, which is already, the grounds are in, and you toss that in the compost bin, and then you just have to rinse off the ceramic little thing that it is, and you just have to wash your coffee mug. And it's just, I'm lazy and I don't like to do dishes, so there you go. Terry, I can trust the French press, but the deal is the French press doesn't bathe often enough. The French press needs to bathe more often. It gets stinky. And there you go. All right. So, Darlene, good to see you again. And let's see here. I feel like there was something I wanted to mention that was way up here, but I can't find it, so I'm not going to talk about it. And let's see here. You hate dishes too. My one weakness. I make Rick help with the dishes. Well, see, the thing is and this is my own fault. Not only do I hate dishes, my hot water comes out in just a dribble. I have a problem in my faucet that the hot water just comes out in a dribble. And because it comes out in a dribble, it takes forever to get hot. But even once it's hot, it still just comes out in a dribble. So when you don't have a hot water faucet, basically doing dishes is next to impossible. Until someone like Bainy Bo comes into your life and says, "Are you familiar with these instant hot water heaters?" To which I say, kind of, maybe, but I don't think I want one. And then he says, "Oh no, but you do." And then I say, "Nah, I doubt it." And then I get drunk. And then one night I buy one. And then I realize that Bainy Bo was right all along. You really need an instant hot water dispenser if you don't have hot water in your sink. Because if it weren't for that, a lot of my dishes wouldn't be getting done. Because I just have a small amount of dishes and I can actually wash them with the hot water dispenser. And Rick, no, it's not time for troubleshooting the plumbing problems. I already know what it is. It's a filter within the faucet that basically, if I were to call a plumber and say, clean this filter, the amount of time and labor it would take for him to remove the faucet, clean the filter, put the filter back together, put the faucet back on, would literally cost more than if I bought a new faucet and said, "Hey, just install this." And so, yeah, it's not the aerator. Well, maybe it's a filter within the faucet. And the funny thing is Ann Ware, I was telling Ann Ware, I don't know if you remember her from Daily Pigeon Show, but I was talking to her about it, and she has a really old sink and faucet, and she's like, "I know exactly what the problem is. It's this filter that's inside the faucet that blah, 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 and it's really a pain in the ass to clean. In fact, it's probably easier just to replace it." And this other thing, and I was like, "Oh, okay, blah." And then later on, I was talking to a plumber who had to come in and fix something completely different, and he was like, "Oh, it's actually this filter," and he said the exact same thing Ann Ware did, and I was like, "Oh, I guess Ann," I mean, I didn't doubt that Ann knew what she was talking about, but it was like, oh, wow, Ann really knows what the flying fork she is talking about. So, I just need to get a new faucet. But the thing is, I don't like a lot of the faucets that I like my faucet, darn it. I don't like the design of the faucets that are coming out now. And I don't understand, like, my sink has a place for the faucet, and then a place for one. handle and it swerves and whatever. And then it's got a place for the soap dispenser and a spray. And I can't find any faucet combos that like go with that configuration. So yeah. And let's see here. Terry and Scotland, your Christmas was merry, but still not all that bright. Oh no, are you still sans heat or electricity, Terry? Well, you can't be sans electricity, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And by the way, C Honda, good to see you. Thank you for coming on in. And yes, drunken online shopping is foolproof. Yeah, says Terry, who may or may not have an experience with that. Luckily, Terry, I can't remember what it was, but I had like, I think I had like an Amazon gift card. And then I had a bunch of like credit card points. So I ended up only spending like $3 on it. So it was it really was just like, I would be losing money if I didn't spend this money on this toy. And, they make cover plates to fix all, well, actually, Rick, no, that's not, I knew that. That's not the problem. The problem is all of the faucets that I can find, and by the way, was at eMusic, go to a used store to find my sink fixture. That never occurred to me. Brilliant. But Rick, the problem is kind of the opposite. All of the faucets that I'm seeing now all have two handles, a hot and a cold, whereas this is just one handle that you can swivel. So it's a case of I can't find the right faucet not the sink part of the faucet. What are these called? The water. I can't find the water stopper configuration. The water starter and stopper configuration. You know, the knobs. I can't find the right configuration for the knobs. The knobs. And Bainy Bo, no worries. You guys pretty much kept it off the stream, so all is good. No one's on my S list. No one's on my naughty list. How about that? I'm looking for a single-hander mixer faucet. Yes, I'm looking for a single-handle mixer faucet. And that's good phrase. All right, hold on. Make a note. Single handle mixer. Well, shoot, I guess we did need to troubleshoot because I didn't even know what those things were called. So, yeah, I know exactly. I don't really want to replace my sink unless I can find one that's like, yeah, I don't want to, I like my sink. My sink is like 10 inches deep and it's huge. I like my sink and I loved my faucet, but then something happened and the filter got askew. And by the way, it wasn't the filter's fault. I was having my house I was having my crawl space cleaned and redone, like re-insulated, resealed. And in doing so, it jarred the house a lot. And basically it shook that filter out of place. And that has been known to happen. The plumber even said, yeah, after a bad earthquake, sometimes the filter faucets can get funked up. So yeah. Anyway, so Smart Mind says Rick, yes, or says Sean, Mama Sean. And you can I can recommend a Quooker faucet. Quooker, is that a brand? And I'm making note. And yes, I agree, Rick. Don't get the exact same brand. Although the ironic thing is it was a very expensive brand. Both my sink and my faucet were very expensive. I realized that one of the least favorite things in my kitchen was my sink, because it was like tiny and 6 inches deep. It was just useless. And the faucet was just stupid. And then when I went to the Home Depot, the hardware store, and I saw the exact model of my sink and faucets, and it was like a $49 sink and like a $60 faucet, and I was like, well, no wonder they're so bad. They're literally the cheapest ones in the store. So I went in with my dream sink of like 10 inches deep, and that was a problem, which caused different problems. We're not going to get into that, though. And I got a new fancy faucet. And then later on that year, I went down to Hawaii Island and stayed at this. And I was at this house for one day that was being custom built on the beach with all the best blah, blah, blahs. And it was a fancy house. Don't get me wrong. But when I went to the kitchen, I was like, I have that exact same faucet. So it confirmed that my faucet is fancy. My faucet is also broken. I have a fancy broken faucet. Yes, yes, yes. And they're low. Okay, so Quooker's around. So Quooker is a brand. Kenny, you would think single handle kitchen faucet would get me somewhere. It didn't. I did actually do that. But I like your wording better. And let's see here. Yes, and they put out boiling hot water, sparkling water, normal hot water, and cold water. Okay, my faucet is decidedly less fancy than that. Like, way less fancy than that. Like, what kind of apparatus would you need to have all those things coming out of your house? Oh my. Baby Bo, that is a faucet for me that is a goal faucet. That is a life goals faucet. That is a faucet that I need to save up and take money out of my retirement fund for, I think. I'm gonna look one of those up, and I'm gonna dream, and I'm gonna drool, and then I'm just gonna go back to Kohler or something, because whoa, dude, Quooker faucets sound awesome. And let's see here. Our kitchen faucet is probably 40 years old, and the supplier sends me free replacement cartridges when I need them. Huh. Wait. When you say cartridge, is that the filter? So I don't have to clean it? I can just install a new filter itself and just not bother cleaning it? Okay, I'm going to have to look into... I'm going to have to re-investigate the situation at hand here. We might actually... we might actually be troubleshooting even though we didn't mean to troubleshoot. And yes, exactly, Terry. You spent all your money on Quookers and Blow. Seriously, dude, those Quookers sound like they might be worth it, though. Well, Amy's like, don't forget the dishwasher. Don't forget the flippin' flirpin' dishwasher issue that I had, which I still have, only for a different reason. And I still don't know what that reason is. But yeah, my dishwasher, that's what started this whole thing. Oh, and then also, what's next? Oh, E-Music, you probably weren't here. What's next, you ask? Well, it's already happened, and let me just tell you right now. And that's Kenny. That's funny, Kenny. Your faucet is just like, you broke but pretty. And the cartridges are under the handle to control the water flow. Yeah, I think that is what... I think that's... what the filter is, or whatever. I don't know. This is what I do know, though. Trail Dust and Teeter are in the house, so how's it? Good to see y'all. But this is another thing that I know. Earlier last week, I was noticing that my oven was not ovening very well. Oh, I threw it away, I guess. My oven wasn't ovening very well, and I finally decided to look into it. And so I had the oven on, and for a while, and I opened the door, and I was like, oh, that element isn't even red. That explains a little bit. And so then I reached down and I touched the element, because I'm a smarty like that. And boom, it all fell apart. It all fell apart. So my oven right now, has no element. And I thought to myself, because I'm smart, I was like, well, what if I took the broiler element out and put in on the under part, because I very rarely broil. And so I was like, that's a really good idea. You're so smart. You're a smarty every day. SMRT. I mean, SMART, right? That kind of thing. And so then I looked and I realized, oh, that's a completely different configuration than what's on the bottom. So that's not going to work. Looked it up. I looked it up in, oh wait, I got you beat the Broken Stuff Olympics. Monday had to replace the starter and radiator in your 16-year-old truck. Well, at least you have the knowledge to be able to do that, because you'd be way more poor now than if you didn't know how to do that. But luckily we have an appliance repair store, appliance parts repair store just down in Tukwila, 5 miles from my house. However, in Tukwila is the flood zones that are still kind of soppy, but more importantly, Wednesday night is when I found out that my oven was broken, and that's Christmas Eve. So, or maybe Tuesday night I found out. Anyway, it was closed on Christmas, obviously. On Christmas Day, I decided to order the part, and it was on sale. If I'd ordered it on the 24th of December, I would have paid more money than when I ordered it on the 26th. So that was awesome. And I decided that even though it's only 5 miles from my house, the last thing I want to do the day after Christmas is go to Tukwila, because Tukwila is where the mall is. And anybody who's done anything anywhere around a mall knows that the day after Christmas at the mall is nuts. The day after Christmas in the neighborhood of the mall, also nuts. So, I paid $11 to have it shipped to my house. And I got one the very next day. And so now, because I'm going to do this again, now I'm in my element. Uh-oh, there we go. I'm in my element. See, get it? I'm in my element. So, tomorrow or Tuesday, I will actually have my oven back. And once I get my oven back, I will be able to have more experimental fruitcake situations. So my kitchen is, one thing at a time is just deciding that it doesn't want to be. But luckily I was able to get out all the fruitcakes that needed to get out. And speaking of fruitcakes, you guys, check this out. Boom. That fruitcake, look at that Christmas spread. Is that not a Christmas spread to be Christmas spready? I mean, come on. Look at that beautiful Christmas spread. And there, right there on that blue dish is fruitcake that came out of my kitchen. I don't know how that happened. That looks like a good piece of fruitcake on a great platter of table of deliciousness. My little Christmas cake actually fits in. It's not from the island of misfit Christmas cakes. It fits right in. And 4 out of 5 children, okay, check this out. Children ate some of that cake. And 4 out of 5 children liked that cake. Okay? 4 out of 5 children. And the fifth children that didn't like it was like, it's okay. So I consider that a holy flirpin' flippin' win. Not only do I consider that a holy flippin' win, another person who on December 26th, now she is my inspiration. She has competed in the spam cooking competition. So she's sort of like, I'm like, oh, what's your opinion? Her opinion basically was it needs more spam, which that's what everybody seems to be saying. It's like, I want more spam. So, okay, we'll continue to experiment. Because yes, Trail Dust, I absolutely am in my happy place when I'm figuring out the spam fruitcake recipe. It's almost honed down. We're just looking for a little bit more spam punch. But the lady who, she brought it to a place where a bunch of people ate it. She liked it. She's a friend from Roller Derby, and she liked it. She thinks it'll be good for the spam competition, only there should be more spam in it. But she also said this, and I'm not going to tell you her name, because if word gets out that she said this, I don't want to know I don't want to know the fallout. But she told me this. Last year, she brought her mom's fruitcake to the same place that she brought my fruitcake this year. And she told me that she likes my fruitcake better than her mom's. And I said, well, I'm not going to tell your mom that. But she liked it better than her mom. So nobody say nothing when her mom comes in the room. And, oh, really? Came back for the Spamajang fruitcake. You know, I would really love if Spam gave me permission to use Spam in the name. I would go for Spamajam fruitcake in a heartbeat, but I don't really know if they would allow for such shenanigans, trademark-wise and all. And exactly, Darlene, don't say that out loud. Precisely. What I do know needs to be said out loud, many times usually, is it's Lono time. So thank you, eMusic. You're right. It is Lono time. And I got to tell you guys, I had nothing theme-wise for like, oh, well, today we're going to be talking about this, so why don't we have a Lono song that goes with that? Because sometimes I like to connect the topics to the tunes. Yeah, there is no connection at all. It's just a fun song. So, yeah, let's just listen to a fun song. It's time for Lono.
Till I get it right. I once met a lady who said, Mister, can you see? She said, I'm dating this guy who is moving away from me. Get it right.
Alrighty, so I don't remember Muppets Treasure Island at all, so I totally don't know what you're talking about, but they had a character named Spam. That's cute. That is very cute, but it is a little bit different than what I'm doing, which is actually using their product in my product. And I don't really know, like, I don't really know how that works, you know? I mean, I don't know. I don't. Where's the line drawn? Like I'm using Spam in the name because I'm not using Tulip luncheon meat. I'm not using Bobo brand luncheon meat. I'm using Spam, dude. You know, like, so, and I want people to know that I'm using Spam, not just some rando brand luncheon meat. And so, but I don't know how to, like, would that be, if I said Spamajang, would that be a copyright or trademark issue? Because I know that, like the Olympics, you know, with the athletes and the competition and everything, they protect their copyright to an insane level. Mostly because you have to prove that you're trying to protect your copyright in order for any copyright claim to be held accountable for. And so, so like on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State, where Mount Olympus is located in Washington State, because we do have one, there are plenty of things called Olympic coffee, Olympic printing, Olympic shoe store, some of these things I'm random, but they have Olympic in their title because they're on the Olympic Peninsula and have nothing to do with the Olympics. But occasionally the Olympics throw them down a cease and desist, and you have to go through the legal loopholes to tell them, like, this has nothing to do with you. Whereas, like, it does have something to do with them. Like, I'm using their product and you can eat it. And so I just don't know, you know, like, where those lines get drawn, because I'm wondering as I'm saying this, it's like, well, I know that Champagne, France, and the whole, you can't call it champagne unless it's from the Champagne region of France. Otherwise it's just sparkling wine. I know that Champagne also, defends their copyright for things like perfume or other, you know, random stuff. But I do have to wonder, do they complain to bakeries that make champagne cakes? Especially if the champagne cake is made with sparkling wine? Like, I have to wonder, you know, where in the line in the sand does what I'm doing fall? And Darlene, you should have seen the before and after pictures of the Christmas tree and gifts. Oh, I'm sure. Pretty tree and gifts before, and then after the gift opening, it was just, it's chaos, but it was so fun. The grandkids were excited, happy, and even thankful after opening their gifts to those who gave them. That is so sweet. And Terry, that's very interesting that you should say that, because Hormel has come out with a lot of different what does spam mean. But sizzle pork and sounds very delicious, and I would appreciate if that was the official one. But I've also read that Hormel says that it doesn't really stand for anything. So, I don't know. But what I do know is, and so why don't they stop all the spam emails and phone calls you get? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they would go, who they would complain about that use of the word to. And they certainly don't. Nobody makes advertisements about spam ads, right? Ads just become spam. So I don't know who they would sue, right? And let's see here. You were considering trying to make cream egg cookies. I think it will turn out well. Domino's brought them out in April, and they were really good. Cream egg cookies? So when you say cream egg, do you mean like the Cadbury cream egg? Because that's all I think of when you say cream egg. You mean Cadbury cream egg cookies? Those sound intense, man. But let's see here. The difficulty of delivering fresh meat, says Terry in Scotland, to the front during World War II saw Spam becoming an ubiquitous part of the U.S. soldier's diet. It became variously referred to as ham that didn't pass its physical, meatloaf without basic training, and special army meat. There you go. Okay, wait. So Goofle says Hormel does not typically sue for the use of the name Spam in a food product if it's not being used in a way that causes consumer confusion with its trademarked canned meat. See, that's good to know, but I'm still a little concerned about my my exposure to liability, because I am using that. Like, not only would there not be confusion, like, I'm trying to explain that what you know as Spam is in this product. So, but you know what, dude? I still think that Spam-a-Jam fruitcake might be its new unofficial name. You see, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday came up with an alternate to avoid Spam altogether, and they called it the Fram cake, which is fruitcake Spam, mixed. And I thought that was good. But I'm not gonna lie, I do appreciate Spam-a-Jang a little bit more, because A, it does spell out spam, and B, it's like the Hamajang gang, and that's what inspired it. So that seems even more better. I will have to look into this a little bit more before I make a final decision, because here's the deal, I haven't marketed it yet, so this is kind of an issue that I don't need to worry about until eventually one day. And Mad Batter's fruitcake with mystery meat. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm going with the Mad Batter, which I'm pretty sure I am, Mad Batter's fruitcake with mystery meat actually has a ring to it. It's just like, oh my god, what's this mad scientist done with this fruitcake? I mean, I know that you're totally joking, Terry, but there's something about that appeals to me. And that's true, Spam does mean so many things now. And Spamajang, it's also a funny Lono drop. True. Yeah, the more you're talking about the Spamajang, the more convinced I am that maybe that is what the cake needs to be named. But oh well, like I said, we will figure it out. However, Trail Dust has to go snow blowing the driveway. Maybe I'll have a chance of getting out in the morning. As long as it doesn't snow after all the blow. And let's see here. Bainey-Bo. Okay, so Bainey-Bo bakes. Bainey-Bo wants to make cream egg cookies that Domino's had already made. I don't know what those were. So Bainey-Bo, hold on. What, can you explain what the cream egg cookie is? Is it like a cookie with half a cream egg on top? Is it a cookie with the cream egg chopped in it, like chocolate chips? What might this cream egg cookie be like? And yes, for certain, cookies can be a little bit testy, as Darlene was just saying. So, okay. They are normal cookies. What? Hold up, yo. They are normal cookies with a full cream egg inside, not chopped or anything. So basically, is this what I'm understanding? It's like a Scotch egg, only instead of the hard-boiled egg, it's a Cadbury cream egg, and instead of sausage, it's just cookie, and then it's baked, and so you end up with this like egg-shaped cookie? Because I didn't need to know about that. I didn't need to know that something like that existed. Domino's signature cookie dough wrapped around a whole Cadbury cream egg. No, no, no. That's illegal. That's not allowed. Oh, no. How does Scotland have this and America doesn't? We're fat over here. We're the fat ones. Why didn't we get that? What are you talking about? I mean, I know what you're talking about, but what are you talking about? And okay, Thomas a Turtle, welcome on in. We're talking about Cadbury cream egg cookies. What is that? It is basically like a Scotch egg, only instead of the hard-boiled egg, it's the Cadbury cream cookie. It's the Cadbury cream egg. And then you just take some cookie dough and you wrap it around it and you bake it till the cookie's done, I guess. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And Terry explains the cookies were first introduced in February 2024 as a Valentine's Day special and returned for a second year in February 2025. Available nationwide from February 24th to April 20th. They are sold in pairs for $7 and to be ordered through the Domino's app, website, or in store. I don't know if I should be pissed off or thankful that these are not in the United States. That's all I have to say about that. Should I be pissed off or should I be thankful? And Puzzy Cat in the house. My mom used to make butter and Seagram 7 and called it holiday sauce. We put it on plum pudding and mincemeat pie. There we go. Puzzy, I'm going to assume when you bring this up that you were here earlier when Kenny from the Cove was talking about his bourbon butter. If you weren't, let me just tell you right now, Kenny from the Cove got a thing of bourbon butter from his sister-in-law this year for Christmas, and he thinks that it's the best thing ever. Okay, maybe he didn't say that, but he did say that it was super good. And, oh, you've been here the whole time. Awesome. Okay. And, Puzzy, I don't think you were here last night, though, which is okay, but I discussed some developments. Now, I have not seen Leo in a few weeks now, maybe even a month. But I always assumed he was around because I know how he eats out of the bowl, and I just feel like I know when he's around. Well, I might be wrong. So last night I came home, night before I came home, sometime I came home, it was dark. I backed into my driveway, and as I was backing into my driveway, I saw this kitty in the driveway, and it was a gray tabby face, and I was like, oh, Leo! And so it's like, Leo, hi, blah, blah, blah. Come on in, little big boy. So he hopped over the back fence and wandered into my backyard. I thought he would be at my back door by the time I got to my kitchen where the back door is. He was not there. But before I got to the back door of my kitchen, as I was getting to the front door of my house, I noticed this cat, a cat, coming from my backyard, gray tabby, but with a real poofy tail. And I think it was a girl kitty. And so I think maybe I have another kitty that's been hanging around my house. And I don't know if Leo's still around. I'm not concerned yet. But the kitty that I thought was Leo might not be Leo. I mean, that kitty last night or the other night was not Leo. It had a poofy tail. And Leo does not have a poofy tail. So there you go. And I hope you're in recovery mode still, Puzzy. Well, that's good. Recovery is better than going back down worse. And if it makes you feel any better, this is the time of year for a lot of people to be in recovery mode. And yes, I definitely will let you know if I see him. I'll be letting all y'all know when Leo's back in town. When Leo's back in town, Leo's back in town. Do 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 do. Yeah, that was supposed to be Thin Lizzy. But I don't sing very well, so yeah, that was Thin Lizzy when the boys are back in town. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just in case you didn't recognize it at all. All right, so we have been talking a little bit about the snow and the weather earlier on this stream, and it seems as though there is a bit of a controversy these days. I don't know if you're aware of it. There's a bit of a controversy these days on how to wear one of these, because, Bainy Bo, I would eat them until I threw up. They sound so good, that I would eat them until to a problematic state. And it's just like, I don't need to have anything like that in my life. Like, oh my God, that is so bad for you. And I would, that's the second way I would die. The first way I would die is saying, psst, 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 let me pet you to a tiger. The second way I would die is on overdosing on those flippin' flirpin' cookies. Because I wouldn't know, I couldn't, even if I knew, oh, I've got to stop. Oh, this is the last one. Famous last words, oh, this is the last one. No, it's never the last one. That's why I'm so angry. Something like that just doesn't need to exist in my world. But anyway, back to the topic. There is some controversy about how to wear this. Now, I don't know how you guys wear this, but I always just wore it like this because I was told that's how, because I don't know, man, like this is how I wear this. I mean, I wear this usually, if I wear this, I usually wear it attached to the jacket that it goes with, but that's how I wear it. But and is that how when you wear a fur line or fur thing, well, here, do you wear it like that? Or do you wear it the right way?
Did you know that you could be wearing your parka hood all wrong? Most people wear their hoods like this, but thanks to Jessica Alzamora, we now know that you tuck the fur of your hood in like this.
You're wearing your coat wrong. Please stop wearing it like this. This is not meant to be stylish. It's meant to be functional. You're supposed to fold it in like this.
Then you zip it all the way up and it is so much warmer. It just seals everything in around your face. For those really cold days, this is what you gotta do.
All of these people are saying that you have changed their lives. Could you believe the reaction?
No.
Did you know that you could be wearing your parka hood all wrong?
So, just out of curiosity, are y'all wearing your hoods right or wrong? Just wear it with the coat, but only in winter, eh? Well, yeah, exactly. But do you wear it with the fur on the out? On the out? Or do you wear it with the fur on the in? And right, okay, so I saw these videos and was like, wow, dude, that totally makes sense because the fur, it always seemed like it's too big and it totally makes sense. You've been wearing it all wrong, says Darlene. And okay, I cleaned it up for you. Call it Mad Statter's Batter Fruitcake with Spamajang. Yes, exactly, Fuzzycat. That's the most concise name that we can come up with. I love it. I love it. It sort of reminds me of the whatchamacallit bar. It's like, how many words can we put in the longest? See, Dr. Spencer's good old-fashioned liver pills with now with quinine or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so now that you know that you've been wearing your parka hood all wrong, let me tell you that no, actually you've been wearing it all right. Here's what a Canadian weather forecaster has to say about this.
There's a video going viral on Instagram by Jessica Alzamora
Please stop wearing it like this. This is not meant to be stylish.
telling you to tuck the fur into your hood in order to stay warmer. But I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't do this. In a bitterly cold wind, this fur ruff creates its own microclimate. A calm, warm layer of air around your face, or boundary layer, which reduces heat loss from convection. In extreme cold, this will stop your breath from freezing to your eyelashes and face. Now, as a weather reporter on Canada's East Coast, I'm often sent out in nor'easters where there's blowing snow, and this layer prevents that snow from getting into my eyes, so I'm able to see better. So for me, I'll keep it out 10 out of 10 times. There's a video going.
So, yeah, you're not wearing it wrong, apparently. So who knows? Here's what I think. I think that they're both right. I think that in regular cold weather, that's just average city cold, with a little bit of a breeze or whatever, you probably want to tuck it in, right? But if you're in extreme weather with lots of wind, then clearly the tucking it out or leaving it untucked is the way to go. And the reason why I when I first saw, like, wait, we're wearing it wrong, and I thought, well, that's brilliant. It totally makes sense. But then I started thinking, I was like, no, this doesn't make sense because I've never seen an Inuit person wearing it like that. Like, the native folk who designed this design to live in the cold places, they're the ones that we're copying here, right? Is the people up north, the northern indigenous populations, all have the fur, and they all wear it out. So how could the tucked in be right? And so I did a little bit more research, and as it turns out, there you go. We're both right and we're both wrong. For the lower 48 kind of cold outside of the Midwest Great Lakes region, we probably can just tuck it in and be cozy. We can just be cozy. But for those of you who are like depending on your flippin' life every time you step out the door because it's so cold, or risking your life every time you step out the door because it's so cold, maybe you should wear it on the outside. And let's see here. Shock, the modern history guy, makes the same point with hooded cloaks. Yeah, there's a reason why they jut out, as it were. So let's see here. Derp-a-derp. Yes, I did do a derp-a-derp. And, oh, now, hold on. Now, see, Honda, like the cattail that lessens audio wind noise, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, when they curl their tail around their face, it lessens the wind noise? Or, I mean, I do know that a fluffy, fuzzy tail is something that squirrels and cats use to keep their bodies very cozy. But is that what you're talking about? Like when they curl it around themselves, it lessens the wind on their ears and their faces? Their earsies and their facies. And yes, mics have a poofy little hood to block wind noise. That is true. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called mic socks or something like that. No, not a real cat. Oh, you mean, you're talking about the fuzzy cattail, right? Okay, I understand now. I understand because I am a smarty every day. SMRT. I mean SMART. And for those of you who don't really know what I'm talking about when I say that, they're called dead cats. Oh, I didn't know that. See, all right, wow, learning something new here every day. Dead cat microphone. Got it. And Pussycat, oh my gosh. Oh my God. New Year's Eve, we will have a 45-degree temperature drop in temperatures from 75 to upper 30s by New Year's Day. Ooh, no. Yeah, you need to make sure your fish are safe, dude. I mean, maybe you don't need to make sure your fish are safe, but I think you might need to make sure your fish are safe. Do you have a little underwater heater for your little fishies when you need them to be warmer? You did. Okay, I think that means you probably did put the little underwater heater in. I don't know. And I don't know, Darlene. That's quite a drop for anybody. I mean, in Washington State, dude, to get I mean, maybe it's common in Wisconsin, but to go from 75 to 30 in the 30s is one fell swoop. That's No, I don't see that a lot here up in the Pacific Northwest. What I do see during this time of the year in the Pacific Northwest is our temperatures going from a low of 52 to a high of 54. That's what we've got these days in the Puget Sound. Actually, it's a little bit colder right now. This week is a little colder, but last week was basically nothing but like a low of 54, a high of 56, a low of 54, a low of 52, a high of 54, a low of 52, a low of 51, a high of 53. It was just like basically the same temperature morning, noon, and night. And okay, the pond is heated and you covered them in plastic, which is good. But how do... Terry says there used to be a popular book called 101 Things to Do with a Dead Cat, and one idea was a pencil sharpener. I am very confused about that. How would you use a dead cat as a pencil sharpener? I mean, their claws are sharp, but you can't really... And their teethuses wouldn't... I think you're making this up, Terry. I think you're lying to me. And 200 surfing Santas in Cocoa Beach. And Shock is saying, I've seen that. It's pretty disgusting. So it really is a dead cat you're talking about, not a euphemistically dead cat. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I would like that book. I don't think I would like that book. You use the other end of the cat and crank its tail. Oh, it's a cartoon book. Okay. Well, as long as it's a cartoon book, it's a little bit better. And eMusic, all the lights went out in the city. The cell antenna has also gone haywire. Right now? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? This is happening right now? Well, make sure everything's charged up. If you're, I mean, obviously you still have some, eMusic, if you're using, is this happening right now? I'm not trying to tell you to like leave, but I would say that you might not want to squander your cell phone power on this show. If you have power at your house, make sure you're charging everything. And if you don't have power at your house, maybe not watch us right now so you don't waste any charges on your phone until the power comes back on. I'm not trying to tell you to leave. I would love it if you could stay, but if you gotta go, you gotta go. Oh, you're gonna go to sleep afterwards, so you'll risk the final 20 or 10 minutes of the show. All right. Yeah, they have blizzard conditions going up on the north by eMusic's area. Huge stormers coming through. Well, at least eMusic, you know now how to properly wear your hood, which it sounds like in your conditions is fur out. It's a fur out kind of day up in northern Wisconsin. Whereas here in Seattle, I think it's only like 43 degrees. Let's find out what it is. Oh, that's not how you do that. I'm a liar. It's 37 degrees. So in 37 degrees, you might want to wear it. Oh, here. Oh, I'm just banging things. I'm breaking it. In 37 degrees, that's when you can wear it in. I don't know if this little thing won't even come in. There we go. There. Now I'm cozy. I'm really glad though, even though it's not really the right way, you're supposed to wear it out, you know. I am glad to learn about the tucking it in one, because I think I will be using the tucking it in method more often than the out method, because the out method, it's hard to see off to your side, and I like having peripheral vision. Oh my God, 25, not good, dude. I hope you have a lot of blankies. I actually hope you have like some kind of indoor heater that you can, like a propane, heater. I have a tent heater that you can put in your tent outside, and everything. And I like being warm. And so I use that in my house when it gets really, really cold. And, no bot right now. My Stream Elements there's not a whole lot of fanciness with the stream right now. I need to reconnect my Stream Elements, all the fancy bells and whistles. They're not connected right now. That way, like when I do, or you do, or anybody does, God dang it, hold on. If anybody does like bees, it doesn't show up on the screen anymore. It just shows up in the chat. Whereas all those things used to explode across the screen, now they don't. So Yeah, no, the Stream Elements just isn't, it's just not connected right now. I've been meaning to do that for probably months now at this point. Oops. And will I be on New Year's Eve? Most likely. Let's find out. Oh, yeah, totally, dude. Yeah, 5 p.m. on New Year's Eve, I will totally be on. Absolutely. Well, okay. Barring some kind of awfulness, barring power outage, health concerns, car accidents, loss of voice, barring things that you can't plan for, yeah, I will definitely be here on New Year's Eve at 5 p.m. West Coast time. So for those of you who want to hang out on New Year's Eve, 5 p.m. West Coast time, we will have, I don't know what we'll have to talk about, but we'll figure something out. We always do. And, let's see here. Rick, Rick, you're a liar. You're not 70 degrees right now. And although Darlene didn't particularly argue with that either, it's warmer in Milwaukee than here right now. It's not really 70 degrees, is it? In the house he might be. Yeah, inside, exactly. I was just like, there's no way it's 70 degrees in Wisconsin right now. I don't care if it's southern Wisconsin or northern Wisconsin. I'm 78 degrees. Ooh, look, you can actually, that's weird. I'm 78 degrees in my house. See, Honda, was that directed in my direction? Were you talking to me, see, Honda? For those of you who don't know, actually, how about this? Take a drink if you have never run into a house. Take a drink if you have run a car into a house. Oh, you too? No. Oh, just me? just me? Thick fog? I hope that's what you're talking about, Pussycat, that's happening in your area, because when I hit a house, there was no fog. There was no fog. It wasn't dark. There was no ice. There was no snow. There was a little bit of gravel-ish, kinda. Just like most roads. Yeah. Because I'm talented. Because I'm smart. SMRT. I mean, SMART. Yeah. And you got the fog going inside and out. Nice. That's good. It's a good place to be when you're in recovery, Pussycat. And, oh, wait, hold on. Nola McCarthy, where are you? Hey, Nola McCarthy, good to see you. We are, well, unfortunately, we're at the last 4 minutes of the stream, so we're winding things up. But right now, we are reminiscing of the time when I drove my car, a Saturn, 1997 SL1 Saturn, into the side of a house. I was sober. It was daytime. There was no fog. There was no ice. There was no snow. Yeah. I'm a good driver. I really actually am. Except for when I'm not. Actually, though, no, shock. Someone didn't take my weed. No, the car was not under the influence. See, now this is the beautiful irony of it. I was 100% sober, which frankly I think was sort of a reason why I got into the accident, because I was driving very aggressively. Whereas when I let my car get under the influence of some marijuanas, it generally drives me a lot more chill and mellow. But when you're not under the influence of the marijuanas, you get a little aggro. Arr! And I was a little aggro because there was someone in front of me. Anyway, I got aggro. But the day before, I had randomly, I randomly had cleaned my car out the day before. I mean, cleaned my car out. Because there was always like little roaches or like weed pipes or little, I always had weed something in my car at that time in my life. And yeah, dude, I hit that flipping house, boom. And I still to this day swear to God, the first guy that showed up is literally a guardian angel from 1978, AC/DC flipping Van Halen, baseball style jersey, rocker t-shirt, mullet, runs up. Are you okay? So, yeah. Have you been drinking? No. Next question. Do you need me to take anything? And I knew what he meant when he asked that. And I looked at my car and then I looked back at him. I was like, no, dude, I don't. And then he left and it was beautiful. Yep. So that's what happened. Yeah, no, he offered to hold it just in case. And actually, hold it, dude, take it and run it. I will go get some more new. We will never need to see each other again. It was, I swear to God, it was a guardian flippin' angel that came out of nowhere because I didn't see him on the street. And trust me, I crossed over the sidewalk that he would have been walking on in order to get to the house that I hit. So, I don't know where he came from, but yes, to close the story up, I hit the house on the other side of the wall of the bathroom. The toilet was on the other side of that wall. The toilet went boom across the room, through the wall, into the hallway. And the lady who was on the toilet before that happened was really stoked that she decided to get off the toilet right before that happened. And there you go. So that is it. All right. I've been given a 1 minute warning. I've been given a 2 minute warning, and it looks like we've only got 1 minute left. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. I want to thank everybody for subbing, resubbing, or gift subbing. I'm not sure if we had any of those, but if we did, I'm super stoked. I want to thank the moderators for moderating. I don't think we had anything to moderate, but if we did, you were so flippin' fast about it, I didn't even notice. And he probably jumped from the bushes where he jumped to get out of my way. Rick, there's something to be said about that, because I did hit a bush on my way to... did hit a bush on my way to the house. And so, Darlene, that's not even half the story, actually. There's way more to the story, which one day I will regale you with it again, because some of you have heard the story, some of you have not, but yeah, no, there's way more to that story. Yeah. Anyway, it was all good on the sort of no mercy front. Good to know. All right, you guys, so it is, I think, Sunday today, which means Wednesday will be the next time we see each other, and I do believe that Wednesday is New Year's Eve day. So, I don't know, let's celebrate good times, come on, or something. We'll figure something out. But thanks so much for hanging out this holiday season. Thanks so much for hanging out today. Super awesome to see everybody, and hope your weekend was good. Hope the week coming is better, and hopefully we'll see each other on Wednesday. Take care.